Hello there. Welcome back to my ongoing series where I'm going to show you how to edit faster in Premiere Pro. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your workspaces in Premiere Pro. So this will include how to utilize your workspaces, how I organize panels, and also how I organize bins so I always know where all my assets are. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. So the first thing we want to do when we go into our new project is organize our workspaces. And if you go into our top right corner where it says workspaces, you can see that we have all these different options, but I only use 3 options, and that is color, audio, and our main, which I will be showing you in a second. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to edit workspaces, and anything that we do not use, that we're going to just drag to do not show. So for now, we're going to keep color, audio, and editing. So we're going to go to vertical, and then we're just going to drag it. So basically everything that we do not use, we just drag here. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we're left with 3 different workspaces: editing, color, and audio. So these are going to be our 3 main workspaces. So editing is going to be the main one, then we're going to do color, and then we get audio. So now that we've filtered out all the different workspaces that we want, it's time to organize our panels. So the panels, we have so many different ones that we want and don't want. So we'll start out with our project panel. And as you can see, we already have a bunch of bins in there. Don't worry, I'll be showing you my setup in a bit. But for now, we're just going to focus on panels. So in our panels, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep this project one. Media browser we can get rid of. And you can get rid of it by doing Control W or Command W on Mac. And then we can delete libraries. We don't need that. We don't need info. Effects, I like to drag it to the very right. And then we can expand that. All right. And then we go back. We're going to delete markers. And then history we can delete. Now we're going to expand back our timeline. So it kind of, so we have a longer, so we have a bigger space to work with. We're going to expand our timeline so we have a bigger space to work with. And then I'm going to go up here. Source, we should keep. Effect controls, keep that, and metadata, we delete. So now we can expand this up a little bit so it's more even. And this is going to be our main workspace for now. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and click Save as New Workspace. Title this Made. And now we can swap that with our editing. So we just go ahead and move that to the top, move editing to Do Not Show. And now we are left with 3 different ones: main, color, and audio. Main is just where I do most of my work, sifting, editing, whatever. Color is where I do my color grading. Audio is where I do my sound design, audio work, and stuff like that. So now that we have our panels all organized, it's time to look at our project bins. So as you can see here, we have our project bins here. We have video, sound, graphics, photos, sequences, and Premiere items. So as you can see, our first 4 folders correspond with our first 4 folders in our assets folder. So if we go into our assets folder, we can see here that we have our 4 different folders, which are the same as the same 4 folders right here. So this is where you can dump your video clips. This is where you can dump your music, sound, voiceovers. This is where you can dump your motion still graphics. And photos, this is where you can dump your edited photos if you want to use it in your video project. Sequences is where I create different timelines that correspond to the different platforms out there. So as you can see, if I do 4K 24, this is going to be for YouTube and movies, whatnot. And then you can do 1080 24. This is going to be YouTube for 1080. Instagram 30 FPS, and then you can see we have some anamorphic options right here. I don't use it that much, but if I make a feature film, then I might use it. Then Premiere items, these are the adjustment layers that I use that correspond to these different sequences. So each adjustment layer corresponds to the sequence. And I do this so I don't have to go to new item, adjustment layer, and click OK. All I got to do is just drag the corresponding adjustment layer onto the timeline when I start editing. So in order to start editing, all you got to do is double click on whichever timeline you use. Let's say I'm making a 4K 24 film. Then I double click that and the timeline opens, and you can just go ahead and drag your video clips onto the timeline. And that is pretty much it to my workspaces. And as a bonus tip, after you change your preferences, instead of changing it every time you create a new project, all you can do is just save this blank project file onto your desktop or computer somewhere. And all you gotta do is hit right click, duplicate, and then drag it into your corresponding project folder, open it, and all of your settings will be saved in that new project. So you don't have to drag, drop, create this stuff, whatnot. And because I am nice, I've also included a link to the blank project file that you can download so you don't have to create it on your own. Well, hopefully you learned something new about how to organize your projects in Premiere Pro. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.